So friends, welcome back to So Easy with Shelby and Gabby. I'm your host, Kay Stewart, and I'm here to show you how to do affordable and easy designs from your own home. Today we're going to be doing a poncho slash cardigan slash whatever you want it to be. But we're actually doing Butterick's pattern 5789, and we're doing this one here. We're doing this one here, View D, and I've already made this before. I actually made it for myself, and as you can see there, and then, yes, there's one little button there, and you do that. So, and this is what it looks like. So again, I did this one in this tannish, khaki, peanut butterish color. But the one I'm actually going to do for you today, and I thought it was a great piece, so I said, let me go ahead and make a tutorial on this. I know that in ponchos, they're really popular after the spring because you can throw that on instead of a jacket or a coat, and you'll still be warm if it's kind of cool out. It's good for nighttime. You can pair it with some slacks in the daytime. You can put some jeans on with it in the evening, rock it with some heels or some boots, and you're looking really fabulous. And I've done that. I'll probably add some pictures on there, and you'll see how I actually wore that one when I wore it out. But again, this is Butterick pattern 5789, and this is the one we're going to do. We're actually doing View D. The thing I love about it is only 4 pieces. Now, I'm using a double knit. I used a double knit when I did this one, and I'm actually doing another double knit. This is what I'm using. I'm using a red, and I'm actually making this one for my aunt, so it's a birthday gift. So she won't see this video until after I get down there to actually give it to her. And her favorite color is red, so of course I went to the fabric store and I found a red in the double knit, and this is what I'm going to do with it. When you cut out the pieces, there's only 4 pieces that we're going to be using. You're going to have the front 2 pieces, the back piece, and you're going to have your sleeves, and then the collar, and then the button. That's it. It's really easy to do. It even says on the pattern, very easy. It doesn't take a long time to put this together, and I think once you've completed it, you'll really enjoy what you have. So, first thing you want to do is you want to grab your materials. You want to grab your scissors, and let's get started. So first things first, I went ahead and I've already cut out my pattern pieces that I need. And with View D, you're going to need pattern piece number 5, which is your collar, which I have here. This is my collar piece. And I always keep my patterns with the piece. That way I can say, grab piece number 5, and you'll know which one I'm referring to. You're going to have piece number 4, which is your back, and you're going to cut this on a fold. Now, because I didn't get enough pattern, I did not cut this on the fold. I actually cut it on the selvage edge, but that's okay because I'm just going to put a hem in it all the way down the back, and then I'll have that one continuous piece. But you need piece number 4, and you're going to cut this on the fold. You're also going to have piece number 3, which is your 2 front pieces, and your last piece, which is your sleeves, is piece number 6, and you want to cut 2 of these. Another good thing about this pattern, there's no interfacing, so I don't have to tell you to go interface your pieces. There's none of that. But what you have to do is make sure you do have a button, and the button I'm using, I was going to say my button's missing. I'm using this button here because I think it's cute. It has like a little design on it, but I think my aunt will love it, and it's going to look really great with the red. So, once you have all your pieces cut out, the first thing you want to do is you want to take your pattern. I'm going to put mine away right now for a hot second. I'm going to just stick it in my drawer. And you want to get out your directions. Again, I've already done this, but I want to do it so that we follow the instructions. I'm going to also tag Butterick 5789 on this, and then that way, if you have that pattern, you can go to it and you'll see me following the directions step by step. Okay, so get out your pieces. We have everything cut. You want to make sure you have a matching thread too, because I have red. I'm using a red thread. I also have my red thread in my bobbin because I don't want the threads to be shown. So the first thing we're going to do on vest D is we're going to attach the front and the back at the shoulders and at the side seams. So you want to get out piece 3 and piece number 4. And you want to make sure that you have some pins I also have my scissors here. These are my fabric scissors. Make sure that you have a different pair of scissors that you're using when you're cutting out your patterns. I have another pair of scissors that I use just for cutting paper because you don't want to dole out your scissors. These are my pattern pieces. I use this for paper. I use these for my material, and I don't get them confused because I have two different color um, scissors. That way I know this is only for my material and this is for my paper. So again, we're going to do piece number 3 and number 4, and we're going to attach them at the shoulders and at the sides. But remember, because my back piece is not on the fold, I'm going to have to take mine over to the machine quickly, and I'm going to have to sew a nice little seam down the back. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to go over there to the machine, and I'm going to sew down here so that I have one continuous piece, and then I'll come back and show you step number 1. Okay, I'm back, and I went over to the machine and I took my piece number 4 because remember I didn't cut mine on the fold. So as you can see, I've sewn it down the middle and I flattened out my seams. I flattened them straight out so when I sew it, it's going to be nice and flat. Now, so I'm going to put this down like this, right side facing up, and I'm going to take one of my front pieces for number 3. This is number 3, and you're going to connect them at the shoulders and the side seams. So we're going to go here. Now you should have some notches at the top. So you want to match your notches and you're going to pin it. Take you some pins and pin it just like that. You want to go all the way up here to this shoulder piece. And only doing the shoulders. And then you want to come to the sides. And you want to grab, again, you'll have some notches. So you want to make sure your notches are matching up. And you're going to go ahead and put a pin in them. All the way down to this, all down the sides. Just like this. All the way. Pins are good. Pins mean that is what you're going to sew. So every time you see me say pin something, that means that that's going to be going under the sewing machine. And remember, you're doing right sides facing, so you have the wrong side facing you. So I have this side pinned. Next thing you want to do is you want to lay it back out like this. And you want to get your other front piece, other number 3, and you're going to fold it, lay it down right side facing like this. And you're going to go ahead and start pinning at the shoulders. You do the same thing. Match your notches, pin at the shoulders. Just like this. Pin at the shoulders. And then you want to do the same thing. So I have both of my shoulders pinned together now. You want to do the same thing on this side with the side seam. Match your notches up. Make sure everything is evening up under the armhole. And you want to go all the way down to the end and pin. All the way to the end. Now, once you have that all pinned down, you want to go over to your machine. And remember, everywhere you have a pin, you want to sew. So we're going to sew straight across the shoulders on both sides and down the side seams. And then I'll come back and show you the next step. Okay, I'm back and I've gone ahead and I've sewn at the shoulders and on the side seams. And as you can see, it's taking shape. I've also went to my iron and I pressed out my seams once that was done, so you can do that as well. You can finish that off with a serger if you want to. I'm not going to do it. I did it with this one and I like it, but I don't really care for it, so I'm going to just not do it with this one. I'm going to just press out the seams flat, and you can do that as well. So the next step on our instructions for this, I think it's going to be the collar, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna lay it out. As you can, like I said, as you can see, it's taking shape now. So the next direction says to make a narrow hem. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, that's not us. Okay, so we're doing the front and the shoulders, and you're going to do the side seams. Then we're going to take and make a narrow hem on the front opening and the lower edges of the vest, folding in fullness at the corners. Now, what that means is, because we're not using any type of interfacing, and we're not doing any front facings and things like that, we're going to have to take this over to the machine, and we're going to start here at this corner, and we're going to fold it over. We're going to take it to your iron, fold it down flat like this, and you're going to go ahead and put a hem all the way down, all the way on the outside. So everything on the outside in the front, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, because we're going to put some pins, because pins mean we're going to sew it. So we're going to take our jacket like this, and we're going to start right up here, right under the collar, right here. We're going to take this and we're going to fold it under like this. And you can do it twice if you want to. If you don't serge it, you can just do it twice, which I'm going to do. I'm going to fold it over like a 1/4 inch, and then I'll fold it over a 1/4 inch again, because I want the edges to be nice and smooth, because again, I'm not going to use my serger. And you're going to, once you do that, you're going to take your pin. Well, actually, we're going to go to the iron, and we're going to iron this down flat. And you're going to go all the way around the edges of the vest. All the way around the edges. You're going to fold it over, and then we're going to put a hem in it. That's the next thing, and I'm going to come back and show you what's next. Okay, so I came back because I want to show you exactly what I mean when I say fold in hem. So, at the very top, right under the collar, I folded it under once, and I ironed it. On my corners, let me get closer so you can see. On my corners, what I did was I did that, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. And again, I folded it all the way down, and I pressed it out so it's laying nice and flat. The next thing I want to do is, because remember I told you we got to sew it, so that means some pins are coming. So I'm going to take that same edge that I pressed down right here, start on this side. I'm going to take that same edge I pressed down, and I'm going to fold it over, sorry, not over. I'm going to fold it over once more. Then I'm going to take my pins, going to pin it like this. Pin it down. That way it stays nice and flat. And pin it over like this. Pin it just like this. And then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to fold it one more time. I'm going to move this pin off the edge. I'm going to fold it up like this, and I'm going to fold it over one more time like this. That way you don't get a whole bunch of fullness at the ends, but just enough so it gives it a little bit of weight to help the jacket hang properly. So I'm going to take my pin and stick it back in here like that. And then I'm going to continue to go down. I'm going to fold it over because it's nice and pressed, so it's laying nice and flat. And then once you do that all the way around, you want to go over to your sewing machine, and you're going to sew. You're going to sew on the edge, right on the edge, all the way around. So you're going to start from here, you're going to go here. When you get to the corner, you're going to pivot, and you're going to come all the way back down on this side like this. You'll come all the way down on this side. When you get down to the bottom, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to press it over like that, and then you're going to fold it one more time, and then your jacket will be hemmed all the way around. So that's what I'm going to do now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so right now your vest should be looking like this. I've already hemmed all the way around the edges. So I have a nice little border there. It's all the way around on the bottom. So you know your hem is done, and also your front part. Because again, there's no front facing. So this is just a vest. Again, I made it out of double knit. So it's still warm enough for the spring, and you can throw it on, like I said, with some jeans or something. But this is what you're looking like right now. So the next step they want us to do with this is we're going to start doing the collar. So you want to get out piece number 5. Piece number 5 is our collar piece. And with that, you are going to do this. So, we have piece number 5. You're going to open it all the way up like this. And we're going to fold the collar in half like this. And again, you have notches, so you're going to put your notches together. And you can take a pin it down so that it's in the right spot. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to base all the way across here. We're going to base that across, and then we're going to put 3 stitches right dead center in the middle. And the reason we're going to do that is because our collar is going to kind of cinch a little bit. So you're going to base 3 stitches here because we're going to pull them. And we're going to make this scrunch up like this in the middle. Just like that. And you're going to sew it straight across to the bottom. Then, once we do that, I'm going to show you the next step. Okay, I'm back. So, I went ahead over to my machine and I did a base stitch all the way across from here all the way around to the other side. Now, a basting stitch means you're going to take the longest stitch you have on your machine. Mine is a 5, and you're going to use that. So we're just pretty much keeping this in place before we actually put it onto our vest. So, I also have 3 stitches here, which I also did a basting stitch down the middle. And this is the reason we're doing this. We want our collar to kind of squinch up a little bit. That may not be a word, but I made it up. So we're going to have it scrunch. Scrunch, that's the word I want to say. We're going to have it scrunch a little bit. So you want to take one of the threads from the bottom and one from the top, and you're going to push it down like this so that it squeezes up towards the middle. And you're going to do that all the way on all 3 threads. Again, you're pulling it from one side with one thread and on the other side with the other thread. Take your time and do it. So I got one thread down here at the bottom, and I'm just pulling it. And as I'm pulling, I'm pushing it up in the middle so you can see it starting to scrunch. And then I'm going to take the other side and do the same thing so that I get a nice little scrunch in the middle. And because you have those really loose basting stitches, it'll be pretty, not easy, but it won't be that hard to do. Just want to make sure you're grabbing a different thread. So if you grab the front thread at the bottom, you want to grab the back thread at the top. And again, I'm just putting a little scrunch there. Do the same thing in the middle. And I have it kind of close up so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just pulling the thread and it's scrunching down in the middle, just like that. And that's what you want on your collar. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add this collar to our vest. And you're going to use that by using those notches here. And we're going to add them to the notches on the neck. So I'm going to show you that. Okay, so you want to take your collar that we put together. See, we got the little scrunchy part. We know that's in the middle of the back. We're going to attach it to our vest. First thing, I've done one side already for you. First thing you want to do is you want to grab you some pins. You're going to take the end of your collar here, and you're going to attach it to the end here. And you're going to make sure that they even up nice, and because you'll see why in a little while. Because once that's sewn, it's going to look like that. So you want to make sure they're nice and even up. You want to use your notches. Follow your notches and make sure you pin at your notches. See, there's a pin, there's a notch. So you want to go all the way around your vest with your collar like that. And we're going to do that all the way around till we get to the other side. Again, I told you I already done half of it. And because I had to sew my back in the middle, I actually know where the back of my jacket is because I'm just using that hem piece there. So it's right there where my scrunch is. But you're just going to go around and make sure you get all three pieces. You'll have two pieces of your collar and the back piece of the vest. And you want to go all the way around like this and pin it down. Once you have that pinned down, you're going to go over to the machine and you're going to sew straight across. You're not going to baste it, you're going to actually sew it. You want to go back to your normal stitch size. I use a size 3 when I'm sewing. So I'm going to put my machine back on stitch size 3 and I'm going to sew all the way across the collar and the back of the jacket. Just like that. Where all the pins is, I'm going to go and I'm going to sew from here all the way over to that side. And then I'll show you the next thing. Okay, so I have my collar already attached to the vest. See that? And it's on nice and neat. On the inside, what I did was, you can take your serger and go straight across and give that a nice clean finish. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a zigzag stitch going down, and it'll press it down that way. So that's what I'm going to do with my machine. I'm just going to throw a zigzag stitch on there because my serger has been acting funny and I don't feel like rethreading it. So I'm just going to hold it down like that and put a zigzag stitch all the way across. So this is what it looks like on the back of the vest and your sides. Right now we're almost done. We're pretty much done here. Only thing now we have to do is add our sleeves. So I'm going to put this up here like this. So look at that. That's beautiful. It looks so good. It really looks really good. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our sleeves onto it. So you want to grab your sleeves. Now, my girlfriend and I, we laughed about this the other day because she says she likes to sew her hem on her sleeves before she actually attaches it to her clothes. And sometimes that does work if you don't want to have to try to get that little teeny hem on your sewing. So you're going to get piece 6, which is your sleeves. But I'm actually going to do what she recommended this time. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my sewing machine and I'm going to fold this up like this. And I'm going to about 1/4 of an inch, and then I'm going to do it again. And then I'm going to press it down. Once I press it down, I'm going to go ahead and take it over to my machine and hem straight across. Then you're going to take your sleeves and you're going to put them together. You want to match your notches like this, and you're going to pin it right here in the middle. So I'm going to tell you what the instructions are telling you to do, but I'm going to do a little different because, again, I don't want to have to deal with the hem after I'm finished. Once I attach my sleeves, I want to be done. So you're going to pin this down like this. You're going to put your sleeves together, fold it in half. Make sure the outside is facing like this. Match your notches like that, and you're going to pin your sleeve. Once you pin your sleeve down like this, I'm going to go over to the sewing machine. I'm going to sew down sorry, I was pinning. Okay, so once you go over to the sewing machine, you're going to sew exactly where you have your pins. So you're going to sew it from the top of the sleeve clap all the way to the bottom. Now when I come back, mine are going to be hemmed already. Yours will not be hemmed. So once you attach your sleeve, you're going to have to go back and hem the bottom of your sleeve. But again, I'm going to go ahead now and press it up like this, and then I'm going to sew my hem already in before I actually put the sleeve on the jacket, because once I do that, I will be finished. So we have our 2 sleeves like this. We're going to take them over to the sewing machine. You're going to sew straight down from the top of the sleeve cap to the bottom. Again, mine is going to be already hemmed. You can hem yours now if you want to, or you can wait until afterwards. Then I'm going to attach it to the vest, and then we'll be all done. So I'll be right back. Your sleeve, you're going to pin it inside just like that. First thing you're going to do is you're going to find your seams and you're going to match them up and you're going to pin them. The next thing you want to do is you want to start matching your notches. Put your notches together and pin it. You're going to pin it all the way around. Now, you may have to stretch it out a little bit to make sure the sleeve cap is in there nice. But you're going to do that all the way around like that. Take it back over to your machine. We're going to sew that around. When you're finished, you can take a serger. That'll give it a nice finished edge to it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the seam. I'm going to sew it, and then I'm going to take it and put my serger on it so I get a nice clean edge at the end. And then once you've attached both your sleeves, you're going to be done. But I'll be back and show you the next step. Okay, and here's the finished product. It's all done, and I love it. It looks fabulous. Everything is attached. The sleeves are now attached to it. Again, you have a nice hem at the bottom. This is hem all the way around, and then you have your button. You want to follow the directions for your sewing machine to put on your buttonhole and your button, and you do that, and I'm going to do that next, and then that'll be definitely it for me. This will be going in a packaging, and like I said, it's for my aunt. It was her birthday, so I just love it. I've always loved this, and this is even better. And this is Butterick's pattern 5789, and it is in a double knit, and I did hers in red because she likes red, so it's good. But I love it. It looks really great. Even at the back where I had to stitch it, it looks great. So you want to take this over to your iron and give it a good press, and then you'll be all done. Thanks for watching this tutorial. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you soon. Again, if you have not done so, make sure you hit the subscribe button down at the bottom so you don't miss any of the other videos that I have coming for you soon. Again, this was Butterick Patterns 5789 View D. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. I love it. I can't wait to give this as a gift, and I'll see you soon.